Hello and welcome to the Monroeville Public Library reference webinars. Today's webinar will be on A to Z World Food. We're going to begin at the Monroeville Public Library homepage, and there is a research tab on the right-hand corner, which will bring you to the research databases that are available from inside or outside of the library. So clicking on this Research tab will open up a link into the database choices that you can select from. And by clicking on the alphabetical list A to Z World Food, that will open up and launch the A to Z World Food database. So as you open up the database, you will see the website is divided at the top into three main sections. There's food and culture, there's ingredients, and there is reference. So in this video, I will review these main areas as well as a few other featured topics to explore. At the top also there is a country in the spotlight, and this changes daily and highlights a unique area in the world. In the middle, you'll see there are three ways to access a country. You can access from the map, from a list on the right, or actually typing into a search bar here. And then finally at the bottom, you'll again see the links to the three main areas, which is the recipes, the ingredients, and the reference. So a nice feature on the top of the home page of the database is the rotating marquee on the right, which is featuring the food and the culture of the country that's highlighted. So clicking anywhere in this top header will take you to a dedicated page of this country, and it will give you more information on the food and drink and culture of the region. So if you scroll to the middle of the page, as I said before, you can select a location from the map or the list or type something into the search bar. The world map is a nice interactive feature that you can play around with. And whenever you click on a particular location on the page, it will open up to the food and culture resources associated with that area. So if we were to select India, you will see a list of tabs on the left to begin exploring the culture, both from the national or regional cuisine, as well as broken down into categories that are consistent on each country that you open. And so if you were to move down and click directly into the recipe section, this for breads, this would open up a number of different choices of typical breads for the area. And when you select any of these images, it will open up to provide information on the item, if it is vegetarian or dairy-free, an idea of how long the time it takes to prepare, as well as the ingredient list and directions. And any of the items that are highlighted in blue, you can click on, and that will bring you into more explanation of the ingredient, and as well as images and more recipes for that particular ingredient to understand in case there is something new that you're not familiar with. So when you go on to the ingredients tab specifically, which you can get to from the top of the page, you'll see there's a lot of different categories. Many can be unique foods that we're not familiar with, but if you, for instance, were to open the vegetable tab, you'll find not only our common peppers and potatoes, but also uncommon items such as bitter melon and bamboo. And if you click on any of the ingredient tabs, that's going to provide an overview with images and recipe suggestions to guide exploring into some new and different ingredients that you hadn't actually possibly been exposed to before. So for instance, if I were to choose the spices section, you can see one of the options here is sumac, which was a featured spice here at the Monroeville Library. And once you open it, you'll see a lot of interesting historical facts and uses for sumac, such as it's been used in the tanning of leather and the crafting of carved tobacco pipes. And also there's some interesting Native American history that's included in the plant's history. Lots of great images, and you'll see more recipes at the bottom. So finally, I just would like to touch upon the reference tab, which also is a top. There are a lot of different categories here, and once you open into any of these categories, it is going to open up again into a whole wide range of different topics. So a few of the resources I just would like to mention is that there are videos on how food is made in the How Food is Made tab. There are historical timelines of food-related events such as famine or fire. And there's even a video dictionary, and that provides pronunciation of food terms in different languages such as German, Spanish, or French. So the A to Z World Food Database has a lot to offer for anyone, whether young or old. There's a lot to learn and discover. It's a resource that's available that you can access from your home with your Monroeville Library card, or anyone visiting the Monroeville Library can access. So check it out or stop into Monroeville Public Library, and we'd be happy to show you more, and look forward to seeing you then.